I didn't really talk to anyone. I did. I have a cousin that I'm close to. I did tell her because her and I are very similar. Although our lives are a little bit different, not much, but a little bit. We're on the same path, kind of thing. So I did start telling her a few things. She was aware, but this particular, so I started writing goodbye notes to my kids. I started really thinking of how I would end it. So I was planning. And then this particular night, I started doing. I wanted to bag myself. Put a plastic bag over my head. That's what I wanted to do. I wanted to do that. I wanted to, I had thought that I would ring the police. I would have all my kids in the adult lounge room watching a movie, like my family room, watching a movie. I'd ring them, tell them that they need to come, and then I would have a note at the door saying, check my bedroom, kind of thing. And I was going to lock my bedroom door, and I was going to bag myself. That was what I was going to do. My kids, I really thought of my kids, thinking I can't leave them. So I need to be strong. I need to show them that everyone has hard times. It's not just me. There are so many people out there that have hard times. And there are people out there that are got it worse than me. A lot worse. And I'm not just saying that, I know that. So I wanted to be strong and brave for my kids. So I don't know why, but something inside me made me ring Lifeline. And I told them what my plan was. And the other thing was, I wanted helium. I researched that if you could take helium, like bag yourself, I can't remember how I was going to do it, but I had it all planned. I was going to bag myself, take some helium. The helium would knock you out, and then the bag would kill you. So that's what I was going to do. Lifeline calmed me down a little bit to the point where I was calm and I was going to go to bed to sleep and then make up a new plan in the morning. As in a health plan. As in not ending my life. I couldn't sleep though. So once I got off the phone, I called my mum. And I just cried and cried to her, and it was probably the hardest thing she ever had to deal with, in a way. But she got me to sleep that night. So when I went to bed, the next day was like a normal day. Hubby went to work. I got up, started getting the kids ready for school. Next minute, hubby's home. Hubby never home because he's a cabinet maker, and so he's a workaholic too. He wants to provide for his family, and the only way to do that is to work, as we all know. So he's a workaholic. He quite often, not so much now that all this has happened, but before that, he would quite often do 19-hour days. Do the maths. He does not get a lot of sleep. we don't see him lots. He would just work. And that is terrifying in another story. Like, oh, that just scares me so much that he works like that. So he came home. I was like, what are you doing home? And he said, my cousin rang him and told him what state I was in. And he said, I'm here to help you. And I was like, all right. So that day, I called the crisis team. Well, first I called my GP. He told me to call the crisis team. I was then put on Seroquel. Seroquel was to help numb my brain, my way of thinking, I guess. Make me really tired. And that way it would try and help me prevent from hurting myself, because I was still really wanting to end my life. So crisis team came, the CAT team, they call them. They said, what do you want to do? I said, I don't know yet. So they said that they were going to come back and see me in a few hours, kind of thing. They were just checking on me and coming back to see me in a few hours. Then I decided enough's enough. I need to get help. Like real one-on-one help, 24-hour help, for as long as I need it. So I took myself down to the ED and I just waited in hospital, in the ED room, emergency room, for a doctor to come see me. He saw me and I broke down, told him my story, and he said I couldn't get anywhere. All the hospitals were full for the mental health, and he was going to seriously just send me home fully drugged up, where I would just sleep for the next few days, because there was nothing else he could do. And they were so worried that I would seriously take my life, because I was really at that point. Not something I would really tell everybody, but I just want to tell you guys because I know there's someone else out there that is doing the same, like, has the same problems. And I just want you to know that you're not alone and that there really is help out there. Like, when you're in that state of mind, you really think, like, you don't really want to end your life. You don't want to end your life. Especially when you've got kids and stuff, you want to be there for them. You want to see them grow up. You want to watch them have babies. You want to, just life in general. You want to be with your friends, your hubby, whatever, wife. And it's also terrifying. The thought of hurting yourself is terrifying. You don't want to do it. You really don't. But you feel stuck. And it's the only way out to solve all your problems. It is not. I'm telling you now, there is help out there. Good help. My first advice is called the CAT team. They are, well, this is for Australia. They're the crisis team. You can Google them up for their number. I don't know their number off by heart. But I Googled it. And I Googled Lifeline too for the number. That's a great thing about Google. But you can ring them. You can call your GP. The thing you have to do though, if you really want to get help, you have to talk. You really need to talk. You have to tell people what you are doing, what you are thinking. Because if you don't, you're going to succeed in your unfortunate goal. You really need to talk. You need to get help. There are hospitals out there where you can go in. I never knew about there was a mental health hospital. I never knew that. I live in Canberra, so we have 3 of my knowledge, maybe 4, but 3 of my knowledge. We have the Canberra Hospital, which I heard is for real severe cases, as in people that are like want to hurt others kind of thing, like really scary people, like really have mental issues kind of thing. Nothing wrong with them, but unfortunately their brain and their thoughts are just so heavily sick that they go there. Then there is Calvary. We got 2N, which is the public side. So they're great. They are just as good as private. The help is there. But I went into the private. So when I went into the doctors and the hospital and said I want to go somewhere, and they were saying, can't do anything for you right now. We're going to send you home heavily sedated until we can find a plan B. And at the time I was like, oh my God, no. I don't want that. I don't know what happened, but I swear God was looking down on me that day, because all of a sudden he got this phone call when I was in the room. He's like, I have to take this call. I'm like, yep, whatever. Didn't even care at the time because I was so worried about what was about to happen to me. He came back in after a couple of minutes. He said, I don't know how, because one, apparently you have to go on a list kind of thing. There's a waiting list, like always. They said, we got you into Calvary Hospital, it's called Hyson Green, and it's the private section. Oh my God.